Hey guys, I am Amy with GameSkinny, and we are here on the floor at PAX 2013, and I am joined by the team at Last Limbs Games, and they have Organic Panic, which is an amazing game they just let me watch the trailer for, and I am very excited. So you are playing as a fruit or a vegetable, and you are running through these awesome, challenging, terrifying levels full of all these cool physics and materials that you get to experience, and kind of talk to us a little bit about the premise behind the game and what the whole purpose of and why you play.
Okay.
No pressure.
Well, it's basically meats and cheeses fighting fruits and vegetables. Not mac and cheese fighting fruits and vegetables, unfortunately. And the meats and cheese... Yeah, the meats and cheese have an empire. They have all the technology, and they've nearly got rid of all the fruit and veg, but there's a few left, and they've discovered some magic. So
they discovered an inner magical powers, their force. So their natural ability to defend themselves has suddenly come up, so because they've got this magic they've developed, and they're fighting back now against the technological meats and cheeses, which are trying to cultivate them and farm them and kill them.
That's just like a really slow version of what I said.
That's what I am, the slow version of you.
Awesome. So what initially inspired that concept? Did someone have a run-in with a bad meat and cheese tray? Like,
we had a game at an old company that we had in England, and it was called Organic Olympics, a game design. And it was fruit and vegetables as an Olympics game because we like that type of game. It never got made. Company folded a long time ago, and we just picked up the idea about 5 years ago. I had the idea of pitting them against meats and cheeses, and then it went from there. And it's basically, that's the basic concept, but essentially it's a physics game, a physics-based game. So
it was never intended to be a kind of intentional, you know, meats are bad, but it just ended up like, oh, that's kind of a good theme, you know, meats can be processed and we'll make them technology. So it was like a natural flow into that. Now people are like, oh, you're making meats and cheeses bad and fruit and veg good. That's kind of got a good relevance today. And I'm actually a vegetarian, so a lot of
I was wondering, actually.
Yeah.
I was like...
Well, I'm a vegetarian, but it was originally Damon's concept, and he's not, so I can't take credit for it, but I'm definitely behind the
It's usually
premise.
one of the first questions people ask me.
Really?
Are you a vegetarian?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, talking about the physics and the gameplay, part of the trailer that really captured my attention was the editor. So people can actually build their own levels out of pretty much, it looks like anything that's in a standard game level.
Yeah. It's draw, pour in water, you know, put in your bad guys, turn on the physics, and you're away to go.
Awesome.
It's very, the whole...
Yeah, you can check out the website at lastlimb.com. There's 3 videos on there that are actually show a level getting built in 1 minute or 2 minutes, but in reality they got built in about 20 minutes. And it's all just a quick version of that. You can see the characters going in, putting in pickups, building the basic shapes and changing the materials to wood or metal, and building some cogs and putting levers in and switches. And
so really you've opened the whole game toolbox to every player.
Yeah, hopefully they'll make some better levels than us.
There's no editor outside of that.
So
it's the same one you used to create the game.
Yeah,
wow.
We made every level in the game, which is about 100 levels so far, using the joystick. Generally a level takes, if you have a good concept, it could take 20 minutes, it could take an hour if you're playing around. But then when we go and we tidy them up, we make them look nice, and it takes a few hours to build that level. But it's pretty quick.
I feel like we've really just skimmed the surface of the kind of levels you can build, and we're really excited to get the level editor out there and start to see what people come up with. That's our real, because I see them and I'm like, damn, there's so much more we could build. We're too busy doing graphics and programming to put enough attention onto just building levels, and I feel like someone who really got into it can just create some really great.
Well, absolutely, and once you've opened it up and you have a lot of players out there, I mean, each one is going to have their own, way to build a level and bring a new perspective to this, so that's going to be really exciting.
Exactly, yeah. And then we want to have people be able to share it and rate it, so you can have a great,
leaderboard kind of thing.
Yeah, like a leaderboard.
Nice.
Levels, yeah.
So it sounds like once this is out in the hands of the players, there will almost be a limitless number of levels to play in Organic Panic.
Yeah, and we want to grow it as well. Right now there's about 15 kind of levers, and you know, you have portals, a few different objects. Not that many, but even with maybe there's about 40 materials. There's 4 different types of liquid. There's lava, there's oil, there's water, there's acid. But even with that, there's thousands of combinations of levels that you can make. We'll be adding to it. But we'll be adding to that. Hopefully, if we can get the community and get a kind of critical mass, then we can keep building, adding extra bits, and see what the users have with ideas. We actually just got an idea there from one of your guys about doing the sponge. So
there you go. So when you designed the game, was there a specific target age, a player you were envisioning would enjoy it? Is there somebody who's playing it now or seeing it, and you're seeing that there's a different age group it appeals to? What's kind of the player makeup that you're seeing? Who would you recommend the game to?
It's funny because we didn't really go for any age group, but we just recently had the auditorium to ourselves at Indiecade, which is a show in New York where we live, and it basically the kids were lining up to play it. They were they were absolutely lining up. They would not let it go. They were fighting over it.
And but the kids just were like.
And the kids get it as well. It doesn't play like a normal platformer because everything's breakable, everything's smashable. It's like a game of worms on kind of acid or something. It's really it's a better word than I was thinking. So the kids really, they just pick it up because they have an intuition. They say, oh, if I put water on that, then that's going to turn out the fire. Whereas adults are kind of like, they think, well, wait, what do I shoot here? What do I?
Because adults are expecting standard game rules, and kids have their mind open and they experience games in a different way.
It's amazing. A 6-year-old will play it just as well as a 20-year-old.
Actually, with the first iteration, we had these young kids, 8-year-olds, and we'd been testing it with our friends, and they'd have to get used to the physics, like, oh, you can break that. You'd have to tell them. I mean, now we've got tutorials to show them that you can break through this and you can do that. Before that, we wanted people to work it out, but actually, if there's a wall, there's a wall, So, whereas kids just got it, oh, you can break through stuff. Okay, I'm going to try to break through. Oh, I can squirt water down there and flood that area. They got it just straight away. So it's kind of interesting to see that.
Well, psychologically, children are always pushing to find limits, and if your game doesn't put them in place, they're not expecting them there already. So that sounds like the kind of gameplay experience you're encountering.
Exactly.
That's great.
Yeah, it is.
So when people want to play Organic Panic, where can we find it? When can we start to see it? What platforms do you expect it to be on?
Okay, so
initially we're aiming for Xbox Live. We've developed it on Xbox.
Xbox Live Arcade would probably be the first.
We're not on the indie development. What do you call it? The Xbox indie development platform. We're in. I forgot the name of the. We're basically Xbox Live XNA. Yeah, we're not on the XNA. We've developed it. Before XNA started. And after we've done that, we're aiming for the Greenlight Steam PC version, and really our objective is obviously cross-platform, and we're probably going to aim at Unity, but we have to do some ports, which means porting the whole code over to PC, which shouldn't be so hard, and then Unity, which is a bigger job. So
absolutely. So about when do you expect to start seeing this on Xbox Live?
Well, if it goes well, the earliest it will possibly be done will be this summer.
Okay.
I would imagine August would be the earliest possible date it could get through cert.
We'd love to get it on Summer of Arcade. I think at this stage it's looking less and less likely. We're past beta now, but that's a very short time frame to just clean everything up and get it finished.
Absolutely.
But we're really close, and we're actually in the process now of getting a publisher to finish it, get it across the line. Our real objective is kind of post that and see where it can go. Different
Gotcha. So if players want to support the development of the game, is there anything we can do? Should we follow you on Twitter, Facebook? What's the way we can show support?
We actually just put a Twitter account up and a Facebook account, and there's no information on it yet, although he's supposed to be doing that.
I've got a blog. I've been doing a blog, so that's been our indie development thing. We've got a website. Facebook, Twitter, we have the accounts up, but we haven't been that active yet.
Gotcha. So what's the web address?
The web address is lastlim.com.
Okay, perfect.
lastlim.com.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will look for you guys hopefully in August on Xbox Live Arcade, and then on other platforms after that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Great. Thank you guys. That was awesome.